Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Tinmans Core Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tinman Taylor, and today, if you guys could tell by the title of this video and what shirt I'm wearing, I'm going to be ranking costumes of another favorite DC superhero of mine, Superman. So, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be including the two Superboy shows suits because they were not that very popular and remembered. And I'm not going to be including the Smallville suits because he only wore like clothes that were in blue and red color scheme, or if he had an S on the suit, you hardly saw it. So I'm going to start off with my worst Superman suit on my list, which is at number 17. Kirk Allen's Superman 1948 suit. Don't get me wrong, it's the very first live action Superman suit that we got ever, but I just am not a fan of the small cape, and the suit looked like it's just bulging in areas around his body. Kind of gives off like a wrestler attire. And then in number 16 place is George Reeves' Superman suit. I'm glad the fact that the cape is longer, but you barely even see where it's attached to until you see him turn around. And it just looks like it's just dangling for dear life. But George looks more like a strong man out of a carnival in this thing. It's an improvement from Kirk Allen's, but still not my favorite, in other words. Okay, coming in at number 15 is Henry Cavill's blue and red suit from Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut. I got this one so low on my list because one, is basically the Batman v Superman suit, but behind the scenes, they actually added a muscle suit with silver pecs just to make this thing look a little bit more shinier. And I was like, that looks weird. I don't know why they went this route, but it just looks horrendous to me. In my number 14 spot is Tyler Hoechlin's Superman suit from the Supergirl TV show. Here's my only complaints about this. Why on earth would the costume designers attach the cape with clasp right here in the front? Because usually it's like tucked into the actual collar of the suit and you won't be able to see it. But I was thinking that they might have wanted to go with like an Injustice Superman look for this show. And two, I don't like the belt because you would think that Superman would have like a yellow belt to match the gold on his Superman logo. But nope, they just slapped on a piece of red leather with gold accents on it. All right, just coming in above that at number 13 is Tyler Hoechlin's suit from season 3 and 4 of Superman and Lois. This one is a way better improvement over his Supergirl suit, but the only thing I don't like about this one is they had to put a lot of muscle shading into the suit, and it just looks too dark with that red cape that they attached to it, and also the S don't even match the rest of the red. I get this one is supposed to be like modified a little bit, but also Superman's been fighting in the suit for a long period of time, so some of the parts on it faded. But I would assume the cape and boots would have as well. But at least this one is way better than Henry Cavill's Joss Whedon cut Justice League suit. Number 12 is Henry Cavill's Man of Steel Nightmare black and silver suit. I should have had this one up higher on my list, but I kind of like the Justice League Zack Snyder cut black and silver suit better, which I'll tell you why when I get to it. But for this one, the silver pieces just look so muted. It don't really pop, and especially when the sun in that scene was glaring on his suit, you barely even see it. It was almost blending in with black. But that ain't a bad Kryptonian looking suit on Henry Cavill. I just wished we got to see it like in the Hall of Armor in that movie, like we saw his main blue and red suit was in. But it was cool to see it during the nightmare sequence. Coming in at number 11 is Tyler Hoechlin's Superman and Lois season 1 and 2 suit. This one was way better in my opinion than the other one I just mentioned because one, it doesn't have that much muscle shading into the suit fabric, and two, the red on the S matches the belt and the cape. So it almost looks like a brand new suit that this Superman just grabbed. Now, I haven't even seen this show, Superman and Lois, yet, but when I saw the trailer and him flying around in this suit, I was like, oh, yes. Looks like a cross between the new 52 look and one of the classic Superman suits merged together. Number 10 is Brandon Routh's Superman Returns suit. I actually like this suit because I remember watching the movie back when it came out and also getting the 31-inch action figure of the Superman. But I kind of agree now with what people are saying. The maroon red cape, shorts, boots, and on the Superman emblem don't go well with that lighter blue muscle suit. If they went with more of a brighter red, it will really contrast with that, but it just looks out of place. But overall, it ain't a bad design. I even like the S logo that's on his belt. Number 9 is Dean Cain's Lois and Clark suit. I haven't watched this show yet either, but I can tell you for a sitcom in the 90s, the costume designers really went at it with some flashy colors. I really love the dark blue that they used. It almost looks purple. But the S looks way too big. But I think in the pilot episode, his mom sewed his suit together and it had like a little small S logo on it. But then later on he modified it. So I know all you 90s kids that watch this show, this suit brings back nostalgia. And it almost gives off like a Superman suit that you would see in like a Broadway musical or in one of the cartoon shows from that era. All right, coming in at number 8 is Tyler Hoechlin's Elseworlds black and silver suit. Now, I got this one higher than his Supergirl suit because it looked way cooler in the black and silver color scheme. But when I was mentioning something about the Injustice Superman suit look, this is basically what that version of Superman should be wearing, black and silver. Shows that Superman went from a good Samaritan helping out people to being corrupt and powerful. And plus that black and silver S is really making a statement. He kind of gives off the vibe like you don't obey his rules, he'll have you thrown in prison or delete you from this earth. And nobody can stop him. Number 7 goes to Brandon Routh's Crisis on Infinite Earth suit. Now the reason why I got this one higher on my list than the Superman Returns one is Brandon looked way better in this suit than the other one, in my opinion. And plus, it's cool to see him wear the Kingdom Come looking suit. Makes him look like a more wiser Superman. But I hated that when that episode Lex Luthor showed up and mind controlled him to fight Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. And I just love the colors that they went with on the suit because in the Kingdom Come storyline, I think that suit had like a lighter blue suit, if I'm not mistaken, and the red was more darker, but for the CW TV show, it don't look bad with the brighter blood red color, and it just throws back a little bit of nostalgia. Number 6 is the Henry Cavill Batman v Superman suit. They just basically took the Man of Steel suit, brightened the colors a little bit, and made a smaller S emblem on it. But if you combine elements from the New 52 comic suit and maybe Christopher Reeve's suit, that's basically what I'm seeing here. It's like a hybrid of the two. But I prefer this one over the Joss Whedon Justice League look. This one is perfect. But do you know what I got in my 5th place spot that I like over this one? It's Henry Cavill's Zack Snyder Justice League black and silver Superman suit. Like I said about the Man of Steel black and silver suit, this one was way better than that one. And the silver looks more vibrant. It pops out way better and don't look muted against the black on the suit. And plus the cape is kind of like a matte black gray color, so it won't blend in with the whole bodysuit when he's flying. But I really like this one over the Joss Whedon Justice League suit or the BVS suit in general. I think Superman looks cool in black and silver anytime. Number 4 is Tyler Hoechlin's Max Fleischer inspired Superman suit. It's cool to see TV show production using this suit. And I was a huge fan of the Max Fleischer Superman cartoon. I got it on DVD because that S emblem looks unique. After I saw the teaser for this episode on the Superman Lois show, I was like, oh yes, they're doing it. Made it look way better than a cheap spandex suit. But it was just cool to see this show brings a nostalgic Superman suit to the small screen. Number 3 is Christopher Reeve's Superman suit. You can't beat this look. It's way better than Kirk Alyn and George Reeves suits. I love the colors of the fabrics that they used. And plus, since it's the late 70s, early 80s when they were making these movies, they really went all out on the bold red and blues. But you see a lot of Superman cosplayers dressing up in this suit because it's definitely a classic look. And I definitely love his cape with the yellow S emblem on the back. I wished I had one of those. All I got is that Ruby's Superman cape that came out during the Man of Steel era. But I wouldn't mind having one of his capes, a replica of it. But you can't beat this design. But if you take the Christopher Reeve suit and merged it with New 52, this is basically what you get right here. So number 2 is David Cornsweet's Superman 2025 suit. I actually watched this movie not too long ago, and I thought it was pretty good. James Gunn was trying to go back for more of a classic comic book-ish suit, so he had to bring back the red trunks and yellow belt combo. But it was neat to see the New 52 Superman logo on the live-action suit for the first time, and he also included a matching yellow emblem on the cape. I just loved all the definition that was in this suit with all the lines marking out all the abs. Better than air spraying shading like the Superman and Lois suit. So, my number 1 spot for what I think was the best looking Superman suit is the Man of Steel suit. I mean, come on, the fabric on this one looked like dark wash denim jeans to me. And I went to go see this in theaters with my dad. Amazing costume designing. I wish they just kept the big S when they did Batman v Superman and Justice League. But of course, Superman was evolving, so they had to do some slight changes. And I was more happy to see a suit like this on the big screen because they ditched the red trunks and the utility belt, so it kind of merged the belt in with the suit design itself. It looks more Kryptonian, alien looking than just a standard blue spandex muscle suit like they had in the past. But this one just topped all the other ones I just mentioned, in my opinion. A lot of you would disagree with me, but this is my number 1. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my ranking of all the 17 live-action Superman suits. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more ranking videos in the future. This has been another successful installment of Tin Man's Core Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor. I say that's a wrap, and I'm going to fly out of here and up and away.